Wednesday and I'm already beat. Jeez. I got to be a team player yesterday, and it ended up fun. So, when you can be a team player and it's fun, that's usually a good combo. Anyway. We had rain last night, but I don't know if it was enough. When I get home and see if my tomatoes are still going, oh no. And shouting. Anyway, people have been driving nutty today. Tailgating. Weird. Just weird. There's some days when everyone's just driving crazy. I don't know what it is. The full moon was like a week and a half ago, so that can't be it. Unless there's a delayed response. But anyway. I watched a pretty fair amount of Randy Pausch's last lecture. Last night. Because there's a special on about him last night, and I did watch that, and fantastic guy. And he died last Friday. And it was the anniversary of my mom dying. And in 1990. And I watched that lecture, and I haven't finished it yet. I have yet to go back to YouTube and go back to my favorite now and re-cue it up and then watch the rest. But I have a lot to learn. And I just don't want to. I think he can teach everybody. It was heartening to know that even in speech classes and speech communication classes around in high schools and colleges, people are recreating Randy's speech. That's very cool. If you haven't had a chance to listen to Randy Pausch's last lecture, go to the Carnegie Mellon YouTube site. It's there. And it's about an hour 45. I've hit 45, so maybe I'm only half done, but that's okay. I have a lot to learn. And it was funny, at some point he talks in there about how a brick wall is there to show, to help you prove how much you want something, how badly you want something, and that the people who don't try and get over the brick wall just don't want it badly enough. And that kind of for me, because I learned that way late. I have learned it, but I learned it so late in the game. If I had learned that in my teens and 20s, my life might have been a little on the different side, but that's neither here nor there. Yes, there are things I would have done differently. Are there things you would have done differently? Some people say, no, I do it all over again the same way, and I don't know if I would have done that. If given the chance of knowing what I know now and going back and reliving, there's things I would have done differently, definitely. But that's okay, because I'm still learning. I'm still exploring life and options and fun. I'm so glad to see that someone with a sense of fun is a person that could deliver that lecture, because some people just take themselves and life way too seriously. And I know some of you are out there going, oh, so now really? Aren't you one of those? Sometimes, when there's something serious to talk about, that I still have a sense of fun. At a meeting yesterday, it's weird. We're supposed to talk about what's going on in the office and outside the office, which is interesting because our manager, vice president, whatever, wants to know who we are, which is a good thing. I think that's a good thing. It's just interesting, and I happened to mention that I climbed the roof recently, and and everyone went, "Oh my God, are you kidding me?" No, I'm not kidding. It was just funny. So anyway, I'm almost to work, and thank you for joining me for this little vlog ed. It was just funny. Yesterday was a funny day. Today will be a tired day. Probably because yesterday was so funny. That's okay. I hope you have a funny day instead of a tired day, and a sunny day instead of a rainy day. Unless you need rain, like we do, and I think we do. I'm looking at the pond and going, yeah, we could use a little bit more. Have a good one. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.